70th and Pioneers, or by phone at 402-858-9356.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and we are out of the gate for September with a very special GMC sales offer. We must move out all new GMC truck inventory fast. So right now at Koppel, we are offering true GM supplier pricing for everyone. Yes, you heard right. True GM supplier pricing on all GMC Sierras. That's over $12,000 off on select models. That's GM supplier pricing, $12,000 off on Sierras. Do not wait. Stop on in or check us out online at koppelcars.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers and storms throughout the day. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy with a high around 90. Tonight, a slight chance of showers and storms. Otherwise, mostly clear with a low around 72. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine with a high around 93. I'm meteorologist Kyle Puck for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Attention Nebraska, it's time to show off the best our state has to offer. Help Beatrice Bakery's famous fruitcake snag the title of coolest thing in Nebraska. Made with love and loaded with local flavor. This fruitcake isn't just a treat, it's a tradition. Cast your vote today and let's put Beatrice Bakery on the map. Vote now and make the fruitcake of Beatrice Bakery the coolest thing in Nebraska. Visit theticketfm.com and click the link to vote. That's theticketfm.com. Go and vote now.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest's best boxing on Saturday, October 5th with Roughnecks at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 8 bouts are scheduled for the night, including the main event of Dwayne Johnson and Jack Lawless Frericks in the professional middleweight championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
You already know that Select Plumbing takes care of all your plumbing needs, including water heaters, faucet repairs, leaks, drips, sump pumps, and more. Now, they're able to help you with your heating and air conditioning as well. Select Plumbing has recently expanded into residential heating and air, and they're excited to bring this new service to their complete list of plumbing services. Call to book an appointment today at 402-560-6197 or go to selectplumbinginc.com, serving Lincoln, Seward, Milford, and the surrounding areas.
The Mill Coffee and Tea, formerly with only 4 Lincoln locations, now 5 Lincoln locations. That's 25% more locations than there used to be. Can you even imagine a world where there's only 4 Lincoln Mill locations? Feels like ages ago. We were all so young then. The Mill on 11, located right alongside the 93.7 The Ticket Studios at 1040 O Street.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program. Hope is only a conversation away when you choose to share your talent, time, and heart with a child. Together, you can build a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future, 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Welcome into the locker room, the most sacred of spaces in sports. Talking you through the behind-the-scenes conversations that happen behind closed doors. With former Nebraska football tight end Chancellor Brewington.
Chancellor Brewington, the 6-year senior tight end, finding his way into the end zone.
And former South Dakota State running back and Nebraska football assistant Mikey Daniel.
Hand off to Daniel inside the 2 to the 1, and he powers his way into the end zone for a South Dakota State touchdown.
This is The Locker Room brought to you by Ep Foundation Repair. Here are your hosts, Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel.
Welcome into the locker room once again here on a Wednesday, a short week as we get ready for a top 25 battle, 400th consecutive sellout at Memorial Stadium with Nebraska and Illinois. Let's learn a little bit more about that matchup and break down what the Huskers have going on this week. With Mikey and Chancellor, guys, I'll send it to you.
Man, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Chancellor, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. I'm just blessed, man. I'm blessed. That's the only word I have.
I'm sitting here I'm really vibing. I feel really good. I feel like we're in when I ask people how you doing, that's a generic question, and people always say good. And then I ask you the question, how you living? And to me, that's a different question. It's I'm living. So for me, that's me checking in on your spiritual. That's me checking in on how you doing mentally. Right. So how you living? Oh, my spirit might be off, or my mental isn't on par with where I'm supposed to be today. You know what I mean? So that's a difference for me. But I have a quote card.
Let's get to it.
And I want to read that off and get your mind on it. It says, "It is not your environment, it is you. The quality of your mind, the integrity of your soul, and the determination of your will that decides your future and shapes your life." Benjamin Mays. What that quote mean to you?
That's a lot. That's a whole lot. There was a verse in there where it said, not a verse. There was something in there where it said the determination of your will. I think the number one thing for me, the determination of your will, I think that speaks to who you are as a person and all the things. It's the examination of your past. I think that's where my determination comes from, is acknowledging where I've been, acknowledging all the things that got me up to this point. And being able to just do like a mental timeline of all the situations where I was in it and I didn't think it was gonna turn out. I didn't think it was, what I saw in my head was gonna come to fruition. And every single time when I look back, obviously it did, because I got here.
Yeah.
Right. So the things that were supposed to take me out never did. And I would say,
the things that were supposed to take me out never did.
Yeah, they were supposed to.
Oh, come on.
They were supposed to, but through faith, through belief, through all these different outlets, man, I was able to overcome them. But now I don't even see it as an overcome. I just learned through each one of them.
Yeah.
And it was just a stepping stool for my next adventure, for my next whatever the next was, because you never know what your next is.
Right.
You never know. It could be, we're at a place where, kind of freshly out of football, we don't know like what right now is preparing us for the next.
Right.
And so I think that's why you got to be so open-minded. And so I think the word is curious. You got to be so curious in every situation. Why are we on a radio show talking?
Right.
Are we supposed to build up our communication and be able to be articulate?
You're going spiritual. You're going real deep into the spirit right now, and I love it. That's where I'm at too. Because I said how you live it.
Right.
So you're diving deep into the spirit, and if you don't have an understanding of the spirit, you're only reading it for the surface, right?
Yeah.
So you really going in like, why are we on this conversation? What is this preparing us for?
Oh yeah.
And even in that trial and the tribulation, no matter what that may be, people look at situations and be like, okay, I'm going through this, poor me, woe is me, right? We can't have that mentality. It's like whatever we in, whatever we going through, it's going to serve a greater purpose down the road.
Exactly. And I think the quote, I'll say it as a quote. I won't say it as what it actually is. I'll say it as a quote. There's a quote that says, "The light of the world." And so what we're talking about, we're being the light of the world. Why? Because we're having this deeper revelation, consciousness, and knowledge of a situation. Whenever you get into situations, if you're the light of that situation, light is just the absence of darkness, right? If you're the light of that situation, you should go in. If someone says I just got fired from my job, you should have the light and say, ooh, something greater is next.
Something greater.
Yeah. So that's how you got to walk through. And I think that quote, we kind of got a little off track, but I think that's the summary of that quote, is being able to always look forward, always look through your current situation to your future, but never live in the gap of that and stay grounded in the present.
the reason I would like this quote, and I want you to hit on this, because I don't like to speak on the past necessarily.
Yeah.
But also, it, like we just talked about, it prepared us for what's next. And so, if neither of us have done the things that we have done, we wouldn't be sitting here having this conversation, right? And so when you look back on it, hindsight is 2020. Oh, okay, we have now played the game, so now we can give insight to the people.
Right.
But in particular, I like this quote because it says, "It's not your environment, it is you. The quality of your mind, the integrity of your soul." Now, you was under Coach Frost,
right?
And now you see what's going on with Rule.
Mm-hmm.
That last staff, and I'm not going to throw any shade. That last staff, I don't think was ever a time that they won 3 games in a row. I think I heard, and Coach Rule has now done that twice in 2 years.
Yeah,
right?
That's correct. Yeah.
Now, how much carryover? There's a lot of carryover because a lot of those cats that you was playing with are still on the team today.
Yeah, Ty, Gift, all them boys.
Right, they're still here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you, right? It's now. He has now made this something, and he has those same kids. Obviously, every year are going to bring in new players. That just has to happen. It's a cycle, because you lose some, you gain some, right? A lot of that team is the backbone of that team. Your walk-on program, a lot of those guys like John Bullock, who's now rising to the occasion,
right?
A captain and is balling out on every level, was a walk-on. He was under that Frost team, right? Ty Robinson was under that Frost team. Tommy Hill, all these cats that are really Gift, right? All these guys that were eating are currently eating. They was all on the same team, right? So that tells me that it's leadership. Right, everything stems from the leadership.
Yeah,
and we're seeing an incredible view of that. Right, and Coach Rule said, our standard is no longer to win. And he told us that, and we had talked about this before. His standard isn't going to be like, oh, I want to win this game. No. Like, I have to. If we're not practicing right, we've missed the standard of the week.
Right,
win or lose on Saturday. If we're not practicing the way we're supposed to be, if we're not lifting the way we're supposed to be, if we're not hitting the books the way we're supposed to be hitting the books, we've lost the week because our standard wasn't hit. Right. And so I want you to speak on what maybe the difference between what you saw when you were there and what you see in the guys and in this team now.
Oh boy, that was a lot. That was really good. I think the number one thing I saw when I first came in, I was confused. I came from Northern Arizona, and the coach there kind of, I would say he ran things similar to the Rule style. I'm not going to say, equate those two, but just the structure, a little bit militant in a sense, right? Got to be here, dressed the same way, all this different stuff. And, the Frost culture was, and this is the thing, and I think a lot of people miss this, is that the system that he created, he brought to Nebraska worked at UCF. They went undefeated.
Yeah.
Right? I believe 2 years in a row.
I thought they was national champions. That was crazy, by the way.
Yeah. And so that system, he brought it to Nebraska thinking it was going to do the same thing, and it just didn't, right? And I think it goes to what the culture of Nebraska, the environment in the city, you have to use that to your advantage.
Yeah.
The environment and the identity of Nebraska, you have to use that to your advantage. Nebraska is built on grit, right? And I think the past system before Coach Rule wasn't really built on that. It was built on we're gonna win because we're better, and it was like a country club, right?
I heard that a lot.
It was just like country club-ish. And I was blessed to have a position coach who ran things very militant, and there was if tight ends was in the newspaper, if tight ends was on any list, if tight ends was on this, it was pack your bags type stuff. So, I mean, now that I look and I hear the stories, and I'm still in communication with the guys on the team, it's a night and day shift. It's like, and Rule said this, I think when he first got in, he said, this is going to be some of the hardest stuff these kids do.
Yeah.
And now looking at it, it is some of the hardest stuff these kids have gone through. But look at the results it's producing, and look at the results it's going to produce. I think, like you said, going 3-0, having the system and the culture in place to where AD Troy Dannon said it, I believe yesterday, that Ohio State and schools like Ohio State and Michigan and, Penn State are going to eventually start to look and see what Nebraska is doing and try to copy it and emulate the same thing. So it's all about the system. I think it's too radical. I think it's too radical.
Yeah.
Radical outliers. Frost was very mellow, nonchalant. We'll do it when we do it. And I think Rule is, now we're going to get it done this way, and this way, and we're going to get it done like this. And I think it's the identity of the two individuals are very different too.
Yeah.
And I think that flowed into the system. So two very different systems. I believe the Frost system could work at places though.
Yeah.
I think
and it did. So we
exactly
credit, give him credit.
Exactly. And I think moving forward, I mean, you're gonna now, I believe probably next year will be the last year of the overflow. So probably 2 years from now, you got like guys like Alex Bullock was still there. Young guys like Nash actually was still there, Ty. So what I'm saying is the overflow from Frost is now on its way out.
Yeah.
And now you're building up a new superpower. You're building up a new power, and the foundation of it will be laid by this team most likely, and the year before. But I think we're gonna remember this team a lot more than last year's, just because what they're about to do. But yeah, it's been awesome to see, and it's been awesome to hear how it's been rewarding for the guys. Not only it's been hard, but it's been rewarding.
Yeah, and from when we first came in, the staff first came in right here. Guys under Frost regime wasn't even wearing shirts in the weight room.
Oh yeah, we was shirtless.
Craziest thing I ever heard. Because Coach Campbell was like, don't even think about it. Like, he's like, you can't even have a cutoff on. Corey always like that.
Right.
You can't even have a cutoff on. Like, Corey think he all big, which he is. But he's like, yo, why do you think you can, like, how much discipline or lack thereof did we see walking around with that? Because you're a Power 5 program in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
And it's a little thing, but it's a big thing.
Right.
Because how you do anything is how you do everything. So there was no discipline even in how we're going to work out. There's going to be no discipline in how we practice, how we work,
Man.
And so it carried over to Saturdays.
Yeah, there was times, man, when I was so confused when I got in, because I'm like, I just came from a system where everyone wear the same. We got shirts tucked in, like it was like when we starting our warm-ups, like we had to do, if we doing glute bridges, we had to do them the same time, like, or we running, like we running before the lift. And so when I got to Nebraska, it was kind of like, I remember guys was in the locker room while we lifting.
Crazy.
And I was like, wait, what? He don't want to lift today. I said,
he don't want to lift.
I said, what you mean? What do you mean you don't want to lift? He's like, he tired. And this is after the game. He tired, yesterday he kind of beat up, And I'm like, but this the thing though, one person can't overthrow a system that's been in place for years and years and years. So it was kind of a thing where you just had to like, all right, man, I really just got to focus on myself right now.
Yeah.
Like, I got to make sure I'm very polished and that this system doesn't, get into my
your character
DNA. Yeah, exactly.
Your character has to carry you through that.
Yeah, for sure. Very, very interesting stuff. But get into Illinois and Big Ten, where I believe we're a -9 favorite. Do you think
covered the spread all 3 weeks, by the way? Good teams win, great teams cover. We've covered all 3 weeks.
I like that. I'm looking at depth chart. There was a couple changes. Carter Nelson actually moved up a spot. Does that mean anything to you?
No. I mean, he's gonna get his touches. They're gonna find a way to get him the ball. Great. I think that receiving core is deep. I'm glad that we have him, and I think Rule is also, he will put people in position to be their best. And so moving Carter Nelson from tight end to wide receiver, it looks through the first 3 weeks to be paying off.
Yeah.
Right. And obviously he just had his first career touchdown, but he's a baby, so we can't overlook this freshman class like Ja'Cory, because of 1-5. Yeah, he's the star, but they got star power.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like that. No, they do got star power. You look at the way I see Ja'Cory and the way I see Carter Nelson, I was talking about this yesterday a little bit, is that for them to move forward, I think it's really on them. As far as I think the roles that we've seen them play, you look at a like when you're younger and you have like packages and stuff like that, you kind of look at like where you're at in the packages in the install for the week, right? And I think as the season transitions, I think now it's going to be they have to just know the install, not the plays that they're in on, right?
And that'll help them. That'll only help them because the whole game slowed down. Because football's crazy. Somebody could go down in an instant, right? Something could shake and you have to get moved. So the more you know, the better. Because why? Because then I can't take you out the field.
Right.
If I can slide you from X to Y to Z, right? Then why not?
Yeah.
Right. If I need it, because sometimes somebody's gonna get thrown in and they're not gonna know. And you're I got it. Like I know that I'm at the Z right here. I got this slant. Oh, I'm at the X right here.
Yeah.
I also got a slant. Yeah. I'm on the backside, right? I got the 5-yard speed out. Whatever it may look like. The more I know, then it makes me hard to take off the field.
Yeah, I think that was the number one thing that helped me get on the field as a true freshman was during fall camp. And, I would go up and for spring ball and I would get the playbook and stuff, but I would write all the plays and I would, say I'm wanting to play X or I wanted to play Z. Not even, I would know the back and the back's protection and knowing my mentor of mine, he played with Tampa Bay. As I was going into college, he said, know the playbook at quarterback. And that changed my whole career because I now every system I got into, because I ended up having 5 different OCs in college. It was like a thing where I'm always looking at, okay, I need to know the progressions. I'm asking the quarterback, what's your progression on this? And receivers laughing at me, right? You know how it is. They laughing like, oh, you think you did whatever. But guess what? When the slot went down midway through the year and in mid game, right? And someone had to play H and they didn't trust the backup. Guess who they put in? That's how it worked. That's how it worked. That's how it worked.
Man, I'm big on this weekend. I'm excited about it. The buzz is up, but it's not like the outlook of Colorado, right? Where you walk out and you just feel in the atmosphere. It's a Friday night game. Emmett just went on record talking about, I love Friday night games. Make me feel like I'm in high school. Everyone at the end of the day will always bring it back to high school days. Why? Right. Because that was when the game was most pure. That was when the game was the most pure. Your fans that out there, you got a girlfriend, you got your mama, you got whatever, and they out there and you just on top of the world. And it's a close-knit environment. Whereas now you out there's 90,000. I don't see my girlfriend, I don't see my mama, I don't see whoever up there now. It's 90,000 screaming, which is great. Yeah. But also we're not talking about dollars and cents in high school, right? The game is, like I said, just pure. And so I love that he talked about, it made me think about Friday Night Lights, it makes me think about high school.
Yeah, for sure.
Great opening segment there from the guys in the locker room. We got plenty more. Next segment coming up next year on 93.7 The Ticket.
Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Get closer to the magic than ever before. Play along with the Toy Story gang. Explore the colorful world of Coco. Sail away with Moana. Soar to new heights with Belle. And journey to Arendelle to thaw a frozen heart. It's an all-out celebration at Disney on Ice presents Mickey's Search Party. Coming to Pinnacle Bank Arena September 27th through 29th. Visit DisneyOnIce.com and get your tickets today.
For residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. At Foundation Repair, We Fix Basements.
Come enjoy a show of the Midwest best boxing on Saturday, October 5th with Roughnecks at the Complex, the former location of Champions Fun Center. 8 bouts are scheduled for the night, including the main event of Dwayne Johnson and Jack Lawless Frericks in the Professional Middleweight Championship bout. Doors open at 6 p.m. with first bout at 7 p.m. Learn more about the boxers and buy tickets at thecomplexlincoln.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Finger, one love. Order online or on our app.
HealthLink is elevating the human experience with holistic health, weight loss, nutrition, fitness, and wellness solutions. They offer one-on-one health coaching while personalizing nutrition and wellness plans for structure and simplicity. HealthLink provides nutritious foods such as high-protein entrees, meal replacement snacks, and supplements. But that's not all. If you mention 93.7 The Ticket, you'll get a 5% discount on your order and $20 off your first month if you start a HealthLink subscription. Find your missing link with HealthLink today on the southeast corner of 70th and Pioneers or by phone at 402-858-9356.
Over 75% of the patients that come to Limitless Male have been told over and over again by their primary care providers that their testosterone level is fine. Guess what? If you have all the symptoms of low testosterone, you're not fine. Come get a second opinion at Limitless Male. We have helped tens of thousands of men feel optimal again, and we can help you. Stop waiting. Come see the men's health experts. Book your free consult online at limitlessmale.com.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Anderson Ford, Tanner's Bar and Grill, Tavern 180, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Vinnie Kreekak of State Farm Insurance, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right! Most recommended! Eustace Body Shop!
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Attention, Nebraska. It's time to show off the best our state has to offer. Help Beatrice Bakery's famous fruitcake snag the title of coolest thing in Nebraska. Made with love and loaded with local flavor, this fruitcake isn't just a treat, it's a tradition. Cast your vote today and let's put Beatrice Bakery on the map. Vote now and make the fruitcake of Beatrice Bakery the coolest thing in Nebraska. Visit theticketfm.com and click the link to vote. That's theticketfm.com. Go and vote now.
Drinking and driving causes serious harm to friends, family members, and loved ones. In 2021, 65 people were killed in Nebraska by a car crash involving a drunk driver. Do not drink and drive. By drinking less, you can still be here for your loved ones. If you or loved one is looking for help, find a treatment facility near you at findtreatment.gov. For immediate support, call, text, or chat 988.
Brought to you by Nebraska DHHS in partnership with SAMHSA.
Old School with DP and J.
On your scale of 1 to 7, because the Husker in you, the player in you, and then the football analyst, where were you?
That's a good question. I probably was 7 would be, we're back. I'd probably say, I look at all of it, probably 4.5, 5. I have a lot of good teach tape and I can keep the pedal to the metal.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
In every office, there's 2 types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels and Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels and Joe. You're listening to The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel. Brought to you by Ep Foundation Repair on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back into the locker room here on a Wednesday, talking some football, obviously, as Nebraska and Illinois set to do a top 25 battle. Great talk in the first segment with the powerful quotes. I'm talking about star power surrounding the star. Let's jump back to the action on the field and off the field and talk about some of this stuff in the locker room with Chancellor and Mikey. I'll send it to you guys.
I like that.
You like Chancey? Chancey's a good name.
You need to get that. You need to get the 3 on your hat now.
Let's kill that right now. But we got Chancey in the comments. Coach Rule has some interesting stuff to say, specifically about the running back room. So I want to get your take on it, Mike. He said, pertaining to the running back rotation, he said every game is different. And then he said, the question, what would you like the carry system to be for the number 1 and number 2? He said, first guy, he wants a low 20 carries, and the second guy in the 15s. But each game is a little different.
And we haven't had anybody above 11, I want to say.
Yeah,
11
first
is the most.
Yeah, Ramir had 11 first game.
Okay. I want to hit on the first part of that first. You said every game is different. That's what he said. Every game is different. It's different. It's different because we don't know how it's going to unfold, right? So, for example, if you're playing from ahead, you're winning, you should run the ball more, right? Keep the ball away from them, especially if they have a high-powered offense, right? Keep the ball away from them, wear them away, and then it opens up the play action later on down the road, right? So, if you're playing from behind, then you probably won't run as much, right? And so teams that like Army, if Army gets behind, they're not a comeback team.
Right.
Why? Because they can't throw the ball, or they don't throw the ball, whatever, however you want to say it.
Right.
We can't. Our mindset though should still be our brand of football in the Big Ten and at Nebraska is run the football.
Yeah, run the damn ball.
Come on. And because I'm always like, okay, I'm a running back, so I'm always going that direction.
Right.
But I also know what Coach EJ has in that room. Like, if you give Dante 20 carries and you give Emmett, like, if you give, it don't even got to be Dante. You give any of them 20 carries, they're going to way oversee 100 yards. Bro.
Oh, yeah.
And it won't even be close.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about this cat out of Boise State, John T. He's a dog, right? He doing ridiculous video game numbers. Them boys never had that chance yet.
Yeah.
And just wait until if they truly do give Dante, Emmett, Ramir 20 carries and then the next one 15, come on. So now we're looking at 35 carries. Then you got to add in 5 for the next, right?
Right.
Whether it's Ramir, whoever, like fly sweep situations, whatever that look like. Now you have 40 carries. Okay. So now if you have 70 plays in the game, 40, 30, right? So now we're throwing the ball 30 times, 25, 30 times. I would like to see Dylan throw 25 to 30 times.
Yeah.
Right.
28, 29 is the sweet spot
Right.
there.
Right. And with that, a significant amount of those are going to hit. Why? Because we're going to do the play action. So then we get Big Lloyd over the top. We get Nair.
Big Lloyd.
You know, we get Nair across the middle after a play action, right?
Yeah.
Boom, boom. We in and we out, and we carving them apart. Can you attack us in man? Can you attack us in zone? Don't matter because we got the answer. And 1-5 is smart enough to know that answer. And Coach Rule told us that. He said that in the interview.
Yeah.
Right. He's diagnosing what's going on. So I think the mindset, and I will stand on the table about this till I'm dead. Run the ball first. Everything else will feed off of that.
Yeah.
What do you think? I mean, where are you sitting with that?
I mean, I'm in agreement. I think the number one thing for this offense is to establish a run game, because I think that's going to sustain you as we get into the Ohio State games and, times where, let's say the defense is struggling a little bit or had a struggle in a quarter. guess what can help sustain a lead or stuff like that, or just keeping the ball away from him is a run game, right? We saw UNI come out against us and have the longest drive of the whole week,
11
right?
minutes?
Yeah, 11 minutes, right? So you look at that. What'd that do for the defense?
Yeah.
They weren't on the field during that time, right?
Yeah.
So it just allows if there's a gap, it makes the gap bigger. If you're trying to squeeze down a gap, it makes it smaller. You can control the game with the run. And I think we have to do that. My question for you is, when we look at these running backs, how much does rhythm go into it? What I mean by that is, Dante, let's say he gets 2 carries, 3 carries the first drive, and then he doesn't get a carry until, end of second quarter, and then he gets 2, in the third quarter, then a couple in the fourth, right? So, like, as a running back, like, is there a truth to rhythm? Is there a truth to consistent carries? Is there a truth to I like counter as me personally, I like counter, right? Or I like power, or I like inside zone. Like, how do you identify that within the room and personally, and as a coach as well?
Well, first of all, is there truth to rhythm running? Absolutely. No questions asked. You watch Dante the first drive, he had all his carries in the first drive. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
We went right down the field like butter. It was nothing.
Like butter.
He didn't have a problem, bro. He carved him up. It was nothing. They chopped liver. Right. Then we got away from it. So then we started to fall off a little bit, and we didn't see him again. Or we just didn't. He just disappeared. And he didn't fumble. He didn't, you know what I mean? Like, maybe there's some behind the scene thing. I don't know if he missed a block.
Right.
There are certain things, right? But at the end of the day, that ball, he got to carry the ball. He got to carry the ball, man. And as great as Heinrich is, as a person, as a man, as a football player, as an athlete, we have so much talent in that running back room that it's very hard for me to see those 4 get taken off and having him in the backfield, unless we're doing something crazy with him, right? He did have an angle route or option, whatever. I don't know. The route wasn't great. It didn't look good. He caught the ball.
Right.
But you're gonna take that away from the other cats that are built to do that.
Yeah.
They're built to go make that play. And then on top of that, after they make the catch, now he can make somebody miss. Now these guys that's what they do. That's not his game. Right. So that's a little difficult for me to see. I'm all about getting him on the field because he's a freak athlete, and he should have the ball in his hands.
Right.
But as far as rhythm running, yeah, we need it. Like, I was a rhythm runner. Once I get 1, 2, 3, 4, because I was also physical, and that's what Dante is. So once I hit you in the mouth one time, you can shake it off. You're gonna shake that off. Now I hit you 2 times, and now you're like, man, this ain't fun. Now I hit you a 3rd time, man, I got to do this a 4th time, right? But my mindset is I'm going to keep getting stronger, like, because I feed off your energy. I know that you don't like seeing. I know you don't want to take my face to your face mask every play. But me, I'm like, I know that's what I want. And that's how Dante is. That's how they are. Not every running back's the same, right? Some people you can splash in the first quarter once, in the second quarter twice, in the third quarter 4 times.
I think Ramir is like that.
Yeah, and he's always going to be the same, right? But other guys and your physical, your bigger backs, those are usually your rhythm runners. And so I'd like to see them develop that consistency. And it's early. It's midweek, bro. 28-14.
Oh, wow.
28-14.
That's what we doing,
but
Bach?
I didn't want to do it, but we're playing on a Friday night. We're playing on a Friday night.
That's what we're doing?
I had to because we're talking about the running backs, but it's going to come on the running backs. I had to. 28-14.
Oh, wow.
And it's going to be on their shoulders. It's going to be on their shoulders. It's going to be on that running back's shoulders, because Illinois is not going to play. This is not Colorado. This is not UNI, and this is definitely not UTEP. Okay? This is a top 25 team in the country, and it's a Big Ten opponent. They don't like us. We went down to Champaign on a Friday night last year. Beautiful night, and we ruined it. We ruined their weekend. What do you think they want to do here?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Sorry I had to do that, man.
Yeah, that was no.
I felt it was in my blood. Like, I was like, damn, these running backs about to snap, and then this is how it's gonna happen.
Oh, I love it. I got 31-13.
Ooh. See?
I'm right around the
close.
ballpark. Yeah, I'm right around the ballpark. Yeah. I think it's gonna be close to start off. I think it's gonna be like maybe a 10-7 half. And then I think we're gonna pull them. Us.
Okay.
I think we're gonna have the lead the whole game. Actually, I think they might go down and drive and score first. They might get 7 points quick. We come back 7, and then I think we get a field goal. I think it kind of expands from there. We let up 2 field goals after the second quarter. I think it's going to be like that. But no, I think Dylan, we're going to see a polished game by Dylan.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing I've been seeing, I mean, they do some interesting stuff with their coverages, and this will be a really good test for Dylan. Test, whatever you want to call it. It'll be a good learning lesson for Dylan to go through this early. They do a bunch of like inverted cover 2, show man, play inverted 2, show man, play cover 3, show man, play man. Like, so they do a bunch of stuff like that. So moving forward, when you go and play, Purdue and all these other schools, you get, like, I would say one of the hardest defenses out the way with Illinois. And
people keep saying Nebraska back.
Huh?
People keep saying the ask is Nebraska back.
Right.
They say Nebraska's back. What does this week mean to that?
Oh, this is prime time. It's Friday night. This is like Monday or Thursday night game for football. Everyone is watching from Arizona to New York. Everyone's watching. Everyone in the nation is watching. The teams that's going to play Nebraska later in the year are watching tonight. Just as, you said that the guys are watching the Colorado game. Everyone's going to be watching this game. All eyes are going to be on this defense. All eyes are going to be on Dylan. All eyes are going to be on this running back room. Everyone's going to be watching this game. Now is the question. Who are you? Who are you? It's like Rafiki in a Lion King. Who are you?
Ooh, you got to pull Rafiki. He really gone in the spirit, man. I'm telling you, this is the week that Nebraska will show their back. And we're transitioning from a team that prepares for teams to a team that people are preparing for.
Oh yeah.
The eyes are there. This is the week that Nebraska says we're for real. This is the one. And when they bury them, the whole country gonna be on notice.
Oh yeah, Ohio State gonna be shaking.
Yeah.
Bold predictions from the guys here in the locker room. Maybe they'll come to play. We'll see here on Friday. We got one more segment coming up next year in the locker room on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in Southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or Northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
Concerts keep rolling at Pinewood Bowl with a great show on Wednesday, September 18th. Bare Naked Ladies headlines with Toad the Wet Sprocket starting things off at 7 p.m. for a trip down 90s memory lane. Don't miss Bare Naked Ladies and Toad the Wet Sprocket on Wednesday, September 18th at Pinewood Bowl. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com.
Ready to score big with your projects? Look no further than Edward Stone, the MVP of natural stone for over 2 decades. Edward Stone is cranking out over 30,000 square feet every week and offers a winning lineup of over 70 quality natural veneer stone selections. Their unbeatable variety and experienced team will ensure your project is a success, whether it's a home renovation or a commercial build. And hey, they're not just about stone. They've got an all-star lineup of fireplaces, cast stone, brick, and much more. Swing by one of their locations in Lincoln or Omaha today and experience the Edward Stone difference, your reliable choice for over 20 years.
Rain, snow, or shine, John Henry's is here to keep your home's plumbing systems working properly no matter what kind of weather Nebraska throws at us. From unclogging toilets and drains to installing new water heaters and water treatment systems, John Henry's is your plumbing expert in the Lincoln and Omaha communities. Visit us at calljh.com or call John Henry's.
435-5555. John Henry's Plumbing, Heating and Air.
And electrical.
Ryan, with all this red and all these people around, I'm still not seeing the tailgate.
Todd Spidell, former body shop owner, terrible driver.
We're getting close. Now, did you know with 3 locations in Lincoln and hundreds of years of combined technician experience, we can get Husker fans back on the road even quicker and safer after their tailgate mishaps? Oh, Todd, turn left right here.
Left or right?
Left, right here.
Right?
Well, you wait for the tow truck. I'm getting a hot dog.
Well, I guess while I'm waiting. All right, most recommended Eustace Body Shop.
Woohoo! Dude, you should be on American Idol.
You really think so?
No.
Accidents happen, even to Husker fans. If it happens to you, call Eustace Body Shop, where our customers send their friends.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call John Henry's at 402-435-5555 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-435-5555.
Over 75% of the patients that come to Limitless Male have been told over and over again by their primary care providers that their testosterone level is fine. Guess what? If you have all the symptoms of low testosterone, you're not fine. Come get a second opinion at Limitless Male. We have helped tens of thousands of men feel optimal again, and we can help you. Stop waiting. Come see the men's health experts. Book your free consult online at limitlessmale.com.
College football in Lincoln, America. The time has come. Start your game day off right with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the ticket crew as they bring you all the coverage you need to get you ready for the action. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Brought to you by General Fire and Safety, Raisin Canes, Perch Merch, Sunbelt Rentals, Mullen Motors, Select Plumbing, and the Kindler Hotel. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Old School with DP and J.
On your scale of 1 to 7, because the Husker in you, the player in you, and then the football analyst, where were you?
That's a good question. I probably was 7 would be, we're back. I'd probably say I look at all of it, probably 4.5, 5. I have a lot of good teach tape, and I can keep the pedal to the metal.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for Ready Mixed Concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit nebcoinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize before participating in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the K&TK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeit. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Be sure to check out the top-selling Recomp. Recomp helps build lean muscle and strength while decreasing body fat. Recomp is ideal for men and women of all ages trying to look their best. Recomp can only be found in Nutrition Authority. For info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Early break.
Jake, we answered the phone when we had no idea who was on the other end. No idea.
No idea. That's
no
true.
Idea. I mean, it was incredible.
That is true.
My sister would be standing like that, and somebody would call for my dad or mom or something like that. Yeah, right here. Had my sister the phone. It's not for her. Hello. Hang on. Just like
you'd be intolerable.
Oh, yeah. That was fun.
You'd be intolerable.
That was fun stuff.
Early break from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket. You're listening to The Locker Room with Chancellor Brewington and Mikey Daniel. Brought to you by F Foundation Repair on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
One final segment here in the locker room to get you through your Wednesday. Of course, we'll be back Thursday and Friday as well. But Chancellor and Mikey, I'll throw it to you for the final segment of the day.
Let's make sure if you have any issues, your foundation, sidewalk, driveway, anything like that you need fixed, repaired, make sure to go to wefixbasements.com or give at Foundation Repair a call. Like I said, it's local company, so everything stays in the local economy, and that's what we're big on over there. So big shout out to at Foundation Repair. Chancellor, this last segment now. We got a big one.
Yeah.
We got a really big one. We got Stanford, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Volleyball. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, this is I mean, Nebraska, I believe they're 5, right? I believe they're 5.
5-2. It's 2 versus 5.
Yeah, 2 versus 5. They're kind of, I wouldn't. There's slight similarities to this game, obviously on a much larger scale with volleyball, but the same with Illinois too. We gonna see what type of Nebraska we are. We gonna see. I mean, the fakes come out in week 4 in football, and the fakes come out against top tier opponents in volleyball. So we're gonna see what type of team this is. Was the SMU loss earlier in the year? Was that a fluke? Right? Was that a fluke? It just happened earlier in the year. Bounced back. Or are we a top team in the country? And I think we're gonna see. I think we're gonna see.
Is the pressure on them or is the pressure on us? Who is the pressure on? They're 2, we're 5. But a lot of people believe we're probably the number 1 team in the country.
Yeah.
A lot of people really do.
Yeah.
And so even though we're ranked below them, who's the pressure really on?
I think Nebraska is always Nebraska.
Yeah.
So
you sell out 90,000 for a volleyball game, you automatic pressure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
I think you're everyone's circle game. Everyone's. I mean, and I think football is going to turn into it. But everyone, I mean, when Nebraska volleyball, especially at Devaney, have you ever been at Devaney?
I've never been there for a true volleyball game.
Right, but you've seen the atmosphere. Yeah, you've seen it. So I mean, you go there. I mean, everyone has that circle. So everyone gonna be talking about the environment. Don't let the crowd get in your head. I'm sure they'll have their psychologists come and talk to them. Preparing them. I'm being dead serious. 100%. Preparing them for the game. This is a circle game. So Stanford's going to come in. I know they're not going to come in scared. Stanford is a prestigious volleyball program, prestigious program in general. I'm excited to see. Look at the top 10 players in the country. I mean, 6 of them or 5 of them, possibly 6, are on Nebraska, right? So there's too many targets on this team for this the magnitude of this game not to be felt throughout the city and the country and all throughout college sports in general.
Let's talk about what athletic director Troy just walked into, man. Like, we're talking about the football team, are they back? But the whole across all of Nebraska sports, I mean, volleyball's hooping. The women's basketball team legit. Men's basketball team went to the tournament last year. Football is obviously doing their thing right now. With soccer, girls soccer, women's soccer. I feel like they won the Big Ten last year, maybe, or they at least tied for something crazy like that.
Yeah, I believe they win. I believe they won it, right?
Yeah. Yep. What are we doing?
Yeah,
he just walked into a gold mine. Shout out Trevor Albers for leaving, I suppose, because he just walked into a true gold mine. You walk into and with the support that we have here, Nebraska fans are better than any fans across the country. I don't care what you say.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to show up. We have been bad in football for how many years now? Too many.
Since at least 2015, 14,
16.
Yeah. 16
was last year.
16.
Right. Okay. And it's 2024. That's a lot of years that they've still been selling it out, because guess what? 400th Friday night, 400th. Right? 400 consecutive sellout.
Come on.
And
some about hold on. Numbers have symbolism.
Do it.
Hey, I'm just saying 400, if you know what I'm talking about. After you lead a 400, there's a period and there's a place that you walk into.
Ooh.
It might be the promised land coming in.
Ooh.
It might be the promised land, and we don't have to stay in the wilderness.
Now, you really seeing the spirit today, man. I don't know what earlier he was reading a book about money, but I don't know. He really had the Bible rolling. I'm telling you, he ate the Bible for lunch, and I love it. This man does not live off of bread alone. But anyway, yeah, he walked into a gold mine, and we say all that to say we're in a great. We're in a great spot. Nebraska fans show out, they support. Now keep that. Even if a game happens to get dropped, keep that same energy. Like, this team lives and dies by the fans, right? because you guys just mean so much to them.
Yeah.
And so they love to make their community proud. They love winning games for you. And so it hurts when if they drop game and people start dropping stuff on Twitter like, oh, they suck. Oh, they not really like that. Like, no, let's calm down. Let's pump the brakes. Just a week ago, you said 7-0. Now we lost 1. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like the world ain't falling.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's not going to happen. Mm-mm. But if it ever does, like, let's chill out. You know what I mean? And so just be supportive and understand that we're in a really good spot.
Yeah. And the environment, as you was talking about, that's what makes Memorial. I mean, the 90,000, close to 90,000, that's amazing.
Yeah.
But it's when you're playing and, when you're on offense, the command of the crowd to be silent.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden they punt that ball off, or a kickoff, right?
Yeah.
And Nebraska defense gets on the field and you can feel it from O Street and 11th.
Yeah.
The ground is shaking.
Yeah.
Like you can feel all of it. You can feel when there's a third down stop. You can feel when it's 4th and 1. You can feel, when it's a 50-yard field goal before the half and, Nebraska blocks it, right? You can feel those type of things. And I would encourage everyone going to the game and those, watching online just to throw all your energy into the game because I'm telling you, you can feel it. You can feel it. I mean, just being away from the stadium, you can feel it. So that's such a huge piece. And every team that comes to Memorial is going to have to prepare for that type of atmosphere. And it's picked up this year. I played in Memorial, 2022 and 2021. The environment there is completely different from now. Ty Robinson said it himself. Yeah. The atmosphere and the energy is there's a big difference from last year to this year. Why? Because people are encouraged by what they're seeing in the offense, in the defense, in the team, and the culture that Coach Rule is creating.
Before we get out of here, I need an offensive player and a defensive player for you. Who's going to show up and show out this Friday night?
Prince Will. Prince Will.
We're big on the D line.
Yeah, this is dang near a death row fan club.
Yeah.
I got Prince Will and I got Gifford on the back end is gonna have a really big game.
Okay. What about on the other side?
Oh my goodness. Can I throw a sleeper out?
Please.
I think Banks has a big game.
Yeah.
I think Banks.
And it's crazy. It's not a sleeper, but it is. Like,
right. Because there's so many pieces.
Yeah.
And I think Emmett. Emmett with the quote unquote 15 carries. I think
we're assuming they're talking about him being a 15 carry back.
I'm assuming maybe it's Ramir. I don't know. But whoever has that 15 role, I believe it's going to be Emmett.
Yeah.
I think Dante going to run for 100, but I think Emmett. I think we might have a 2-back 100 game.
Ooh, I love that.
Hold on. We might have a 2-back 100 game. I'm being serious.
I love that. That's music to my ears.
Come on.
Ooh.
There we go. Lots of good predictions for Nebraska and Illinois from the locker room today. We've got a few more days to get it done as well. Join us for the locker room tomorrow, same time, 1 to 2, Thursday and Friday, as we lead up to that game. All right, coming up next is On the Block on 93.7 The Ticket.
Over 75% of the patients that come to Limitless Mail have been told over and over again by their primary care providers that their testosterone level is fine. Guess what? If you have all the symptoms of low testosterone, you're not fine. Come get a second opinion at Limitless Mail. We have helped tens of thousands of men feel optimal again, and we can help you. Stop waiting. Come see the men's health experts. Book your free consult online at limitlessmail.com.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Finger, one love. Order online or on our app.
NEPCO is hiring CDL drivers for ready-mixed concrete, Husker Concrete, and Beatrice Concrete. NEPCO offers great pay, medical and retirement benefits, paid time off, and they pay for CDL training. Apply today and start your new career with a $2,500 hiring bonus. From NEPCO's beginning in 1908, it's the employees that have formed the company's solid foundation. Start your career today. Visit NEPCOinc.com. That's NEBCOINC.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, a slight chance of showers and storms throughout the day. Otherwise, partly sunny and breezy with a high around 90.